Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Uncharted 2 Crushing Difficulty walkthrough, and this is chapter 24, also known as the Road to Shambhala. And this chapter is very short, and it's mainly based around platforming, just like chapter 17 when we're climbing around in the Alps with Tenzin. But the first thing you're gonna have to do to get into this chapter, more or less, is solve this puzzle. And all you have to do is turn around 2 of these daggers. And the funny thing is, when I was recording this, that is the complete unedited footage you saw just there, up until that globe opened. Because I switched the 2 daggers completely by accident. It was just dumb luck that I turned around the 2 correct ones on my first try. The solution is, as always, in Nate's notebook. But a little fun fact. I think it may have been buried deep down in my memory somewhere. And now we're gonna progress through this giant contraption of doom. There is always a contraption of doom somewhere. With our old friend, the backstabbing bastard known as Flynn. Because Lazarevich and his henchmen have decided to join the party once again, and Flynn and Nate are forced to go into this big chamber at the other end of this big area of doom and destruction. So this part is really easy, and there is a fight coming up. Beware of that jump, it can be a little bit tricky. Sometimes the detection just doesn't work. But the fight coming up at the end of this chapter, you are once again gonna get swarmed by the Yetis. You know, those guys that we first saw in chapter 17, and then they reappeared in whichever chapter it was. I can't remember for right now. But this fight coming up right now is timed.
Just like the good old days, eh?
I am not quite sure exactly how long it is. If you want to find out, just check the time on the video. But it is quite a short fight, and all you have to do to win is stay alive. And that sounds like me being an arrogant asshole, but what I mean is, you don't have to fire at them, you don't have to do anything except for moving around the area. And I think it was in chapter 18 you ran in with them, when you fight them with Tenzin in that giant room. Must have been chapter 18, if I don't remember it incorrectly, which I don't think I do. Let's say it was chapter 18. May have been 19. But anyway, the script in this chapter, though, I must say, is a bit fun, because they're taking pot shots at each other, resembling statues to each other's mothers and egos and all the stuff like that. And it's very basic, it's very linear. Just climb around, jump a little, and we will get into the next area, where we are first gonna solve a puzzle. And the puzzle is a bit, what's the term, cheeky? Because if you check your notebook for the solution, it will have the solution, of course. But there are 2 rows of cylinders, as you will see in a few seconds. There is one row over to my left, and there is another row over to my right. And when you're looking in the notebook to see the solution to this puzzle, the solution for the left row of cylinders is on the right side of the page, or is on the right page. Because you see one that looks like a sun in the middle of the grating, circular thing with flames around it, and the other one is some kind of square pattern. And they are switched in the book. So the first time I played it, I was a bit confused. I thought to myself, well, this is the correct solution according to the book, why doesn't it work? And then I realized, oh, I've switched it. But this, once again, it's very easy. Just have to turn up the right symbols. The thing that looks like an A, the thing that looks like a more advanced A, and something that looked like a backwards S.
Come on, mate. We haven't got all day.
And when those Yeti guys show up, which they will do as soon as you solve it, what I like to do is climb up and down these grating things to the cylinders. And I will show you, it doesn't work perfectly when I do it right now. I think it's about 1 minute you have to stay alive, now that I'm looking at the timestamps on this video. But what you have to do is just climb up one of those gratings. When a Yeti comes up here, you see I start climbing up. The very second he comes up here to chase me, jump down. Then when he comes down, start climbing up again. And this is a strategy you can just rinse and repeat. I get caught, I press square to dodge his blow, and I press triangle to dodge his blow. My mistake. And then I punch him with square. And then I can just climb up once again. He jumps up, I go down. And here is where things start going wrong. Because I start climbing up again, and of course the platforming just wouldn't cooperate. I think I'm too close to the cylinder, so Nate won't grab the edge. So what I do, I get very close to death, I start climbing up, I get stuck on Mr. Yeti guy. But this just shows you that this isn't very hard. If you don't mess up like I do, and just follow the strategy of climbing up, as soon as he gets up, jump down, you will have no problem. You will go into this cutscene and this will end the chapter. So I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.